Hello. Welcome to Get Off My Desk, or GOMD for short. Becoming indispensable at work. Is it worth the effort? If you're ambitious with clear and defined career goals, you would answer the title of this blog post with a resounding yes. However, I feel the answer to this question depends on the industry, work environment and rank you find yourself in, therefore being indispensable is subjective. So let's analyze this question. Going above and beyond your job responsibilities. Most managers will tell you to go above and beyond in order to gain recognition. I'm always skeptical of this message, as it depends on the corporate culture you find yourself in, as this can sometimes be a way to get unpaid overtime out of employees. If the message has come from junior or middle management, going above and beyond is sometimes translated to, do what you're told with a higher than average productivity rate, but don't you dare outshine me. If you work under middle management and you intend to go above and beyond by using your initiative to take on more responsibilities in order to improve quality and performance within your department, then unfortunately your efforts may not always be appreciated. In fact, in some working environments you could be seen as a nuisance rather than indispensable, especially to incompetent managers who don't want to go through all the efforts of implementing the changes you suggested. Therefore, going above and beyond will have the opposite impact you intended. In these working environments, the workers that progress are the ones that can translate the go above and beyond message to the previously mentioned do what you're told with a higher than average productivity rate, but don't you dare outshine me. Don't be discouraged, you will just have to find a working environment where your can-do attitude is appreciated and you'll be rising through the ranks in no time. Another concept to becoming indispensable at work is to become a linchpin as opposed to being a cog and just fitting in. Seth Godin's book, Linchpin, You Indispensable, covers this topic in detail. However, for now, here are a few key points outlined in the book. Are you a cog? Don't worry if you are. This style of working has been conditioned into us since our very first days at school. Schools were designed to train children to become good workers, as most school environments encourage children to do what they're told and listen to authority figures, teachers. This has made them great institutions to feed factories and offices with good obedient workers. Because of this conditioning, most of us have bought into what Seth Godin explains to be the take care of you bargain. Essentially, you do what you're told, and in return the factory or office will take care of you via a salary, a pension and healthcare. The book explains that the danger here is that you become a replaceable cog in the great machine, as your employer can find anyone that is willing to show up and do the bare minimum, which is to do what they're told, display no creativity, and show no initiative. If you consider the scenario previously mentioned in going above and beyond your job responsibilities, being a very good cog under some middle managers could be more beneficial than being a so-called linchpin, again making this approach dependent on your work environment. How to become a linchpin? The book does make it clear that being a linchpin doesn't always mean that you're the one that comes up with company-saving ideas at executive level. You could just be that person that keeps your colleagues or customers coming back, either because you're the one that suggests the much-needed coffee break, or you brighten everyone's day with your amazing sense of humor. That said, you are a linchpin because you are valued by your colleagues and customers for your interpersonal skills. Here are some summarized suggestions from the book on how to become a linchpin by enjoying work, helping colleagues and customers, ultimately doing what Seth calls releasing the genius. Demonstrate short bursts of brilliance. You don't have to be amazing all the time. Focus on something you do well. Become a troubleshooter. You could be known around the office as the one to go to in order to resolve issues and find solutions, no matter how small the task. Become more human. Having someone you can trust in the working environment is a commodity. You will definitely be valued if you are known as someone everyone can confide in. Become remarkable. If you do your job and do it well with the utmost of enthusiasm, you become a shining example for your other colleagues. Exert emotional labor, create art. This is about suppressing your emotions at work. Basically, no matter what kind of day you're having, make sure you complete your work with a smile on your face. This is what Seth calls creating art. I do have an issue with the last point. I understand this attitude if you are in a customer-facing role. However, you should be allowed to be human. If you are not happy within your working environment, or you do not have a good work-life balance, then there should be someone you can talk to, as this is important for your own mental health. My analysis is that linchpins aren't always preoccupied with career ambitions, but aim to create a good working environment for themselves and others. In turn, they are recognized as being indispensable, at least to colleagues of the same rank. The wrong kind of indispensable. Becoming indispensable can backfire. If you think you are indispensable because, for example, you are the only one who knows how to use a particular system, of which the user manual isn't documented anywhere, then you are not indispensable. In some managers' eyes, you are what's known as a key person risk, and no, this is not good, especially if your employment is mostly based around the knowledge of that particular system or task. When management realizes there is a key person risk, they usually do the following. A. Find someone cheaper that knows how to use the system and get rid of you. Or B. A more practical measure would be to ensure your knowledge is documented and passed on so that everyone knows how to use the system, rendering you a cog once more. Key person risk is not good for companies. Make sure you self-evaluate and ensure you haven't become one. This example is why it's important to have a set of transferable skills as well as your specialism so that you can easily transition into other roles. Being indispensable. Is it all worth it? I stick to my original statement at the start of this blog post. It all depends. If you are happy with your work environment, then try and make the best out of your situation. Be the person everyone looks forward to seeing at work every day. If anything, be a linchpin or indispensable to the people you care about. However, if you are ambitious and you are being the best you can be, and your efforts aren't being appreciated, you can become apathetic and conclude that it isn't worth it. Arguably, being truly indispensable isn't a reality anymore for middle management and below. Innovations in technology have gradually replaced jobs originally occupied by humans in many industries. Therefore, you are indispensable until a machine is invented to replace you, or until the industry you work in becomes obsolete. The best takeaway from this is, if you are unappreciated, then move on to move up. If you are happy where you are, try and make the best out of your situation. Be the person everyone looks forward to seeing at work every day. If anything, be a linchpin or indispensable to the people you care about. Thank you for visiting Get Off My Desk. We hope this blog post has been useful. Please comment on your thoughts and share this post with your family and friends.